Welcome back to Just Pooja. We are now going to be joined by a very special guest, and she has explored many facets of human relationships through her writing. लेकिन हाल ही में रिलीज हुई फिल्म White Noise के साथ वो एक डायरेक्टर भी हो गई हैं. Please join me in welcoming the multifaceted writer-director Vinta Nanda. Hi. Hello, Vinta.
How are you?
Absolutely wonderful to have you on my show.
Great to be here, Pooja.
Vinta, starting all the way back from your Tara days,
Yeah.
all the way to TV as it is today, infidelity seems to be a very popular theme. Why do you think that is?
It is the obsession of our audiences. And that is really what determines us in portraying what we do.
What do you mean it's an obsession with our audiences? Why
Because
is it an
that's
obsession?
what India is obsessed with. India is absolutely and totally obsessed with sex, sex, sex. And outside of marriage, sex is what makes it even more mysterious and more exciting.
Also because infidelity is such a great part of everybody's life. I
Exactly.
mean, if it's not in your personal, immediate relationship with your loved one, you're seeing it around you all the time in every home.
बिल्कुल वैसा है because ultimately it's so rampant. I mean, infidelity is what is a way of life to start with. The other thing is that it's all swept under a carpet. So the minute somebody talks about it, it gets very exciting. It gets very people want to hear about it. People want to talk about it. People want to experience that whole thing, which is like coming out into the open. Can you imagine the baggage of carrying a lie on your head constantly?
There were a lot of glimpses of infidelity also in your film White Noise. Is it maybe autobiographical?
To a certain extent, yes. To a large extent, actually, because I did have an experience. I mean, experience in the sense my first relationship, first major relationship in life was with a married man.
You've never been married?
No, I have not been married. And the reason why I wanted to really make White Noise was essentially because the baggage of carrying a lie was too much for me. A lie of constantly pretending like I'm not married, but I'm like a virgin. It's not true because I am seeing a married man.
Why did you see a married man?
I fell in love with him.
But weren't there certain moral boundaries within yourself where you said, definitely not, he's married, he's somebody else's, I'm not even going to look in that direction?
It was a chemical reaction. I met him and I fell in love with him. At that point in time when he walked into that room and I saw this man whom I felt there were chemical reactions inside me, hormonal things taking place where I said, wow, this is a man like I think is the man of my life. I was kind of fascinated.
And you didn't know he was married?
No, I didn't know he was married. He was very recently married when I actually met him the first time. But those are not excuses. What I'm trying to say is the fact that I met a man whom I knew I got along so well with that I wanted to share much more than just an acquaintance or a very...
And he obviously reciprocated in the same manner.
Obviously, because these things happen on their own. They don't happen because of any design or strategy behind it.
Exactly. But then at that point of time, didn't you say, hey, listen, if, this is where we're at, then why don't you opt out of something you're not happy in, and why don't we start something fresh and new together?
That was where the paradox lies. That by the time you come to that stage, when you realize that you and you know that you can't do without each other, and you also know that here now is a whole world belonging to him, which either you want to demolish or you don't.
But did he love her?
Of course.
And has kids with
He
her?
married her. He was married to her. He had kids with her, and there was a relationship that happened with me, and after it had happened is when we had to deal with it maturely, and we had to come to certain realizations, understandings that what is it that we really want to do? Do we want to demolish something and create something on basis of that? Do we want to build a home?
तो
and
आपने ये क्यों नहीं choose किया कि हम एक दोनों से प्यार करते हैं, and that should be paramount, and that's the most important thing to relationship. तो आपको अपनी family को छोड़ना ही चाहिए because this is very unfair to for you.
मेरे लिए उसका इतना मायना इसलिए नहीं था because to me I was in love with this man, and I at that time philosophized it as if I love him enough, then I should not make him destroy his world.
But you are supposed to be his world.
Not necessarily. The world I shared with him was great. And there was a period of time in which it was all very passionate and one could have asked for all those things. But over a period of time, what really took over our lives was our business, our work. We were working together. Okay. And the realization of the fact that the kids were growing up. that I wanted kids, but somewhere at the back of my mind, I could not, like, destroy the world of some other children and have children of my own.
Did his wife find out about it?
She got to know about it, yes.
And shit hit the ceiling.
Yes. We dealt with it.
It must have been very traumatic for everybody involved.
Yes. It was very traumatic for the children, traumatic for his wife, traumatic for him, traumatic for me. But, the thing was that I'm a writer, he's a writer, his wife is an amazingly very, very mature human being. We sat and talked about it, and we kind of realized that this is really going to go nowhere because none of us want to destroy something to construct something. All of us didn't have the courage to do it. Neither did he want to leave his home and like move in with me. Nor did I want him to do that. Nor did his wife want to leave him. So we kind of came to the conclusion that we have outgrown this whole situation in any case. So let's move on, and let's just be close-knit as a good, group of friends. And many years later today, his daughter works with me. She's assisted me in my film White Noise. And I adopted a child in the meantime. So, my focus also kind of moved that side. So we, we kind of realized that by hurting one party, the other two are not going to be happy.
In an event that there is an infidelity, do you think it's easy to just forgive and forget?
नहीं, बहुत मुश्किल है जब when आप खुद बहुत ज़्यादा involved होते हो, even I can't forgive and forget. But क्या होता है that you have to rationalize it. You have to understand that we are living in a world which is very, very difficult, which is very, very trying. There are going to be commitments. 90% of the time, people are going to be able to abide by the commitments. But in case कभी ऐसा हो कि committed नहीं रह सकती, relationships, get destroyed for various reasons, not necessarily because of infidelity.
Well, Vinta, let's see some views of people on whether they would forgive and forget an infidelity in marriage.
This is modern world. I mean, adultery is okay. I agree that it's a bad thing, but that's not the end of the world.
It's not exactly a question of forgiving. It's kind of understanding what the situation was.
Right now, I can tell you I can forgive and forget, but who knows? At that point of time, I can say, okay, no, I can't. I can't just take it. You have to go your way.
I'll adjust. Yes, just to keep life going.
If she's asking for forgiveness and if she's true to it, then I think I will forgive her. We are all humans. We should forgive and forget and live life happy.
I would forgive him.
Absolutely not. Definitely not. I would rather leave him than to forgive and forget.
Yes, maybe I would. Yes, he's human and I believe in forgive and not to forget.
No one can forget if something like that has happened. But of course you can forgive.
My God, it's like a majority of the janta is so understanding.
That's because I guess this is life, no? If a man or a woman go out and have sex with somebody, it is not breach of trust. Sex is a chemical, it is a hormonal reality which you deal with in different times at different moments and with different distances between you and your spouse. It can happen.
Well, Vinta, हम अपने audience से पूछेंगे. Let me take an SMS question. Vinta, हमारा research हमें बताता है कि divorce rates are at an all-time high. Where do you think marriage as an institution will be 50 or maybe even 100 years from now?
I think this whole destruction of the marriage, the concept of marriage, is going to bring about a new concept of marriage. Concept of commitment, a new defined concept of relationships.
आपको क्या लगता है? Marriage will be converted into what? Do you think it'll just be either a formal written agreement to have babies? Because that's essentially, I think, what people need to really get married for in society today. Because acceptability itni ho gayi hai for live-in relationships. I think the only reason people would choose to then get married would be for
procreation.
And basically to give their kids a home, so to speak.
I think the reason for marriages basically what will happen is when this whole concept of marriage is completely destroyed, what's going to come out of that is a new way of life. I think that's when people are actually going to progress. This whole world is going to move a couple of steps forward, because instead of being, obsessing about a concept that doesn't work, people will be able to focus on concepts that work, and that is their own growth in life. It all started with division of land way back when marriages in the first place came about. In history, if you read the evolution of man and if you read where marriages actually became a concept, it actually happened to legitimize the giving away of your land, why should it be just left once you die? It should go to a legitimate source, a person who belongs to you. So two people got married, they had children, and the children inherited the land. It was never for fidelity, it was never for trust, it was never about I will have sex with only you and you will have sex with only me. It was never for that
But
reason.
that did become part of the package. It was an integral part of the package.
It became a part of the
Love,
package.
honor, commitment, fidelity. I mean, these things
All
are like,
these are the
you're made to
romantic,
mouth all these things
These
when
are
you
the
get married.
romantic aspects of a harsh reality, and that is about who is going to take your inheritance from you.
As cut and dry as that.
Absolutely.
So you're saying there's a death of romance and the birth of reality.
There is a reality in front of you. There's a life ahead of you. There's a priority which is other than just the two of you, which you are living with. There is a changing world in front of you which is constant, and you have to deal with it. Change yourself every day to deal with it.
And the pressures of it.
And the pressures of it, the stress of it. In the middle of all that, if someone's like barking away, my commitment, you'll go mad. You will go insane. So that's also what's happening, which is why marriages are breaking apart. I think there's a lot of discussion that needs to take place on all of this, like we are doing right now, but otherwise as well. There's a lot of intense psychological research that needs to be done about it. I think schools and colleges and all people should start talking and discussing aspects. Instead
you
of
should
still,
stop reading fairy tale
I do
books.
not wish to, I have a daughter and I never want her to believe that rosy picture which I was made to believe while I was growing up.
But you can't escape it. It's in our books, from Cinderella to Snow White to, and then you grow older and then you have Mills and Boons and all of that. I mean, it comes at you, it sweeps you in these wave of emotions, and we're human, Vinta, at the end of the day.
I agree, but
we
then
all
if all
want
of that is
perfection.
lies, what do you do? Most of that. Ultimately...
You really think it's a bunch of lies?
It wasn't when they were written.
Where's the romantic in you?
But it wasn't. Pooja, what I'm saying is it wasn't lies when it was written, because life used to be like that. Life is no longer like that. You don't live in those worlds of Mills and Boons and Cinderellas anymore. Life used to actually be like that when these books were written.
So you're saying the only thing that's changed...
Look at modern literature. That's where you pick up real life from. That's contemporary. That's the reality. Now, these are the things that will bring about the changes for people to accept as they grow up. They'll fall into relationships. They'll fall in love with each other. They'll live with their commitments for that period of time that it's required of you, or that commitment lasts, and then they'll move on without facing the ugliness and the unhappiness that goes with it.
आपने शादी क्यों नहीं की?
Because that time went for me, and then I was caught
What do you mean
up.
time is gone for me?
No, in the sense that
Joan Collins are getting married for the 6th time
I
or something like
adopted a child
that.
and I fulfilled my need for being a mother, and I don't feel, now at this stage, I don't feel like sharing my space with anybody.
Just happy being single, being a single mom, and
Being a writer, being an
career
avid
person, yes.
reader, being a person who really loves going out and partying and traveling. I like my freedom, I like my independence. And I think it has all emerged out of all the understanding everything that I went through.
Ji.
And it's an amazing situation that I am in at this point in time.
Well, Vinta, thank you so much for being on Just Pooja and for sharing with me so openly your perspectives and, most importantly, your personal experiences.
You've really brought it all out of me, actually.
Well, I'm sure that it's made my viewers very happy.